Yeah, what's good, man? See, I'm like a fucking philosopher or something, man. I'm on that Hollywood type shit, man. I'm trying to figure out how to use these platforms and how to really just tweak them out to the point to where they working for me, and not so much me working for it. See, this is some of my artwork. See, the reason why I had to show you guys that, because I want to, just take you through a tour. This is, this is like my, my room. Yeah, I'm taking my other art with this independent label called Raucous Records. Yeah, I drew that when I was in prison. I also drew that one. So, now here's the thing. I also studied, I wasn't just a fucking jackass, I studied books like The Human Laws of Nature, and basically, he talks about master your emotional self, transforming self-love into empathy, see through people's masks, determine the strength of people's character, become an elusive object of desire, elevate your perspective, soften people's resistance by conforming their self-opinion, change your circumstances by changing your attitude, be aware of the fragile ego, know your limits, reconnect to the masculine or feminine within you. Wow. Advance with a sense of purpose, resist the downward pull of the group, make them want to follow you. See the hostility behind the friendly facade. Seize the historical moment. Meditate on our common mortality. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. We have to really know who the fuck we are nowadays because a lot of us really lost out here. And see, in the 48 Laws of Power, it talks. I got this note actually at the 48 Laws of Power. Y'all see my notebook? See, I got black gods in here, man. That's like too much for y'all, man. Y'all wouldn't understand about that. That's like at this very moment, while you are slaving away on some project, there are vultures circling above trying to figure out a way to survive and even thrive off of your creativity. So that's why you gotta have a patent, man. It's a lot of uneducated people out here, not just black folks, it's whites. And I'm not say, man, it's the educated versus the uneducated. What you know about black gods, it's yeah, man, it's real deep. I actually read a lot about black gods and the Armageddon, and see, I'm gonna let y'all see some of this stuff. Da Vinci Code, Armageddon. This is Marcus Garvey, Charlemagne the God, Marcus Garvey, Scarface. Well, these are some of the things I like to study in my notebook, And Marcus Garvey, man, he was cold, man. Wealth of the Secrets of the 1%. Let us assume, dear reader, that you are interested in one thing and obtaining a vast fortune. I do not mean a comfortable fortune that might afford a few homes in prime locations and elite schools for your children. See, that's wealth secrets of the 1%. See, I can't, y'all not ready for me yet, man. I studied my whole fucking city, Tulsa, man. Have you guys read about Tulsa, Oklahoma? The Black Wall Street, the 48 acres and a mule that was deferred. Oh, yeah. For 2,000 years, 666 has always been the symbol of the dreaded Antichrist, who will come to rule the world before the last judgment. For many, it's an unlucky number. Even the European Parliament leaves seat number 66 vacant. The number is the revelation that lasts and strangest book in the Bible. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. But it's the wrong number. In 2005, a new translation of the earliest known copy of the book of Revelation clearly shows it to be 616, not 666. The 1700-year-old papyrus was recovered from the rubbish of the city of Onyx in Egypt and deciphered by a paleographical research team from the University of Birmingham, led by Professor David Parker. Well, that's just to give you guys a little something like I'm far from a dummy. When I went to prison, where else but in prison could I have attacked my ignorance? Where else could I have learned how to devour my literature, and learn, so many different things, Barack, I've read some of his books. Yeah, The Joys of Copyright. Yeah, I've actually took notes on copywriting. Yeah. So you actually get to see some of the things I'm learning, and hopefully one day you can show me some of the things that you guys are learning. Have you read about Machiavelli? Yeah, I spent some time reading about Machiavelli. The Machiavelli, the Prince. He came out with like one or two books. It's hard to get those books. The Zulus, yeah, the Zulu leader Shaka. In J.A. Rogers' book, he talks about how the Zulus conquered Napoleon, but you let the other historians tell their story. They're not going to tell you about the Zulus. They don't want you to know how the Zulus defeated Napoleon. So history have a three-sided story. One person gonna say, "Hey man, when I seen the fight, he got hit in the jaw." The other person gonna say, "No, he got hit in the head." The other person, "No, his leg got." So historians, they're always lying. Don't believe the hype. J.A. Rogers is the truth, man. And tell it straight like it is. The Queen of England even backed him up. You know what a patsy is? A patsy. That's a person who is easily swindled or manipulated, a person upon whom the blame falls for something. So, every day I get on here, I'm going to let you guys learn a word. This is some of my poetry, but I don't really like it. Who would have ever thought I would know how to make the wind blow? My city, windy like Chicago. Fantasia has a body like a halo. I paint the world just like Mako. I can see through a bird's eye where no fly go. I'm so high, just call me Indo. Wise words being quoted. Keep the code of silence and don't let out that info. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is my kinfolk. A little something, something, something. Yeah, but I actually read about the Zulus, and I studied these different, the Spanish explorer about the black guy. Oh man, Christopher Columbus claimed America for Spain in 1492. Soon people from Spain began to travel across the Atlantic Ocean. They settled in Mexico and in South America. The Spanish had stories about 7 cities that were made of gold. The Spanish wanted to find the cities. They began to explore the land north of Mexico. Today, this area is part of the southwest of the United States. One of the first people to explore the southwest for Spain was Estevanico. He was African. In 1539, Estevanico searched the southwest for the 7 cities of gold. He never found gold. Some think he was killed by Native Americans. See, y'all didn't know y'all was gonna. Hey man, say I can rap to you all day, but man, I can actually give you a history lesson. Yeah, I'm about that life. Okay, look, I told you I'm about that life. Yeah, look, man, say I don't discriminate, man. I gotta make money for the whites and the blacks. I like a wide range of audience. But yeah, the swastika, man, the swastika come from Africa. So when I seen them white guys in prison wearing, I said, "Hey man, you from Africa?" It's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Shit, man, are you from goddamn Africa, man?" You know, this shit comes from Africa and India. These swastika signs where Hitler got his this is where he got his some of his knowledge. He would take certain things and see right here in Africa. It was also used by Polynesians and North American Indians, but was unknown in Australia and was rare in Africa and Central America. The swastika in three forms: ancient sun symbol, Navajo Indian sign with gods of wind and rain, and Germany Nazi party emblem. That's Louis Armstrong right there. He was a trumpeter and singer. Spike Lee, the lost symbols of Dan Brown. Knowledge that let men acquire godlike powers. What do y'all think about that statement? Just meditate. And when Dan Brown said that, I was like, oh, knowledge that lets men acquire godlike powers that hardly fits within the Christian underpinnings of this country. So it would seem, but it's true. This transformation of man unto God is called apotheosis. That's when man begins to feel like he's a god. See, y'all not ready for that. You know what? I gotta go, man. I can't be. Y'all don't understand where I'm coming from. Like, what? Take a. See, that's the Lion of Judah. I actually put the crown on my head. You know, it was a picture with a lion with a crown, and I took the crown off the lion and put it on my head. So it's like I got the lion. Like the king of Judah. You know, knowledge is power, and the right knowledge lets man perform miraculous, almost godlike tasks. I am educated in mythology. Most accounts go something like this: the ancient mysteries, the lost wisdom of the ages, have long been considered mankind's most sacred treasure. And like all great treasures, they have been carefully protected. The enlightened sages who understood the true power of this wisdom learned to fear its awesome potential. They knew that it was the secret knowledge were to fall into uninitiated hands. The results could be devastating. As we said earlier, powerful tools can be used either for good or for evil. So, in order to protect that ancient mysteries and mankind in process, the earlier practitioners formed the secret fraternities inside these brotherhoods. They shared their wisdom only with the properly initiated, passing the wisdom from sage to sage. Many believe we can look back and see the historical remnants of those who mastered the mysteries, the stories of sorcerers, magicians, and healers. Anyway, it's real deep, man, you know. But like I say, man, I gotta go, man, because I got things to do, man. I gotta be places and go, and, you know, because this coronavirus got me trapped in the house. So, you know, it's like I'm wheezing, I had to weasel my way up out of here. But you guys go read Human Laws of Nature, man. We went over the book. Okay, some more Dan Brown. The Buddha said, "You are God yourself." Jesus taught that the kingdom of God is within you, and even promised us, "The works I do, you can do greater." Wow, that's what do you guys think about that? If you didn't hear that, man, that's like, hey, a man of passion. Yeah, David. I read the book of David. Man, David was cold, man. He's, you know, for consider your calling, brothers, that there were not wise according to the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble. But God has chosen the foolish things of this world to shame the wise, and God has chosen the weak things of this world to shame the things which are strong, and the base things of the world and the despised. God has chosen the things that are not, that he might nullify that the things that are, that no man should boast before him. So that's how God operates. No one should boast before God. So, you know, power of I am. We learned that God created us in his image of, but it's not our physical bodies that resemble God. It's our minds. Yeah, man. You know, the Bible is so deep, man. We can go, I mean, I can just really get deep. I mean, you got to study the denominations. You know what the denominations are? It's a billion, a trillion, a quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion, septillion, octillion, nonillion, decillion. See, boycotts. You know, I was on it, man. I just like Booker T. Washington. Yeah, man. I does this shit. Jamaica. The fuck, like lost symbols. I studied all kinds of symbols and the Freemasonries. Yeah, the Masons are like super secret societies, you know. Yeah, man, they had a lot of shit going on. But see, I don't have enough time to sit down and talk with you guys. You know who Manly P. Hall is? It's a black guy, man. My daddy's last name was Hall. The fuck you know about Manly P. Hall, man? Tell me the 33 degree is almost freezing. On the Newton scale, the temperature of boiling water is 33 degrees. All is revealed at the 33rd degree. Since the days of Michelangelo, sculptors have been hiding the flaws in their work by smearing hot wax into the cracks and then doubling the wax with the dust. The method was considered cheating. Therefore, any sculpture without wax literally since era was considered a sincere piece of art. To this day, we still sign our letters sincerely as a promise that we have written without wax and that our words are true. So, we just got a little bit of knowledge there, man. A lot of people don't even know why we write sincere. He just gave the whole thing to you right there, man. We're going to end right here. I'll get back with you guys. May God be with you.